A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move aimed at reducing tensions along the Korean Peninsula, South Korea's military announced on Monday that it has begun the process of removing loudspeakers positioned along its border with North Korea. This decision marks a shift in strategy for the newly elected government under President Lee Jae-myung, who is seeking to mend relations with the North after years of escalating hostilities. The loudspeakers, which had been used to broadcast anti-North Korean propaganda and popular K-pop music, were silenced in June as part of a broader effort by the South's new administration to foster dialogue with its northern neighbor. The South Korean Defense Ministry emphasized that the removal of these loudspeakers is a practical measure designed to ease inter-Korean tensions while maintaining the military's readiness. Lee Kyung-ho, a spokesperson for the Defense Ministry, confirmed that the dismantling of the loudspeakers is underway and is expected to be completed by the end of the week. However, he did not provide specific details regarding the storage of the removed equipment or the possibility of redeploying them should tensions escalate again. The removal comes amidst a backdrop of strained relations, with North Korea having largely severed communication with the South in recent years. The decision to halt the broadcasts was part of President Lee's commitment to restoring trust between the two nations, which have remained technically at war since the Korean War ended in an armistice in 1953. The previous administration, led by Lee's conservative predecessor Yoon Suk-yeol, had reinstated the loudspeaker broadcasts in response to North Korea's aggressive tactics, including sending balloons filled with trash across the border as a form of psychological warfare. The loudspeakers were strategically placed to deliver messages of hope and information about democratic values and capitalist society to North Korean citizens, with the sound believed to travel over 12 miles into North Korea. However, the broadcasts were also a source of irritation for South Korean locals, who complained about the noise pollution. Despite these overtures for peace, North Korea has shown little interest in resuming dialogue. Kim Yo-jong, the influential sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, recently dismissed the South's attempts at reconciliation, criticizing what she described as Seoul's blind trust in its alliance with the United States and its ongoing hostility toward the North. Her comments suggest that North Korea remains focused on its growing ties with Russia amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, further complicating the prospects for diplomacy with South Korea and the U.S. President Lee's administration has expressed a willingness to engage with North Korea without preconditions, a marked departure from the hardline stance of his predecessor. However, the North's rejection of these overtures indicates a challenging road ahead for inter-Korean relations. The South's recent actions reflect a broader strategy to stabilize the region and reduce tensions that have been exacerbated by North Korea's advancing nuclear program and increased military cooperation between South Korea, the U.S., and Japan. As the situation continues to evolve, both nations remain at a crossroads, with the potential for either renewed dialogue or further escalation looming on the horizon. In conclusion, the removal of the loudspeakers represents an important step in South Korea's efforts to de-escalate tensions with the North. However, the future of inter-Korean relations remains uncertain as both sides navigate their complex historical and political landscape. The international community will be watching closely to see how these developments unfold in the coming weeks and months. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.